You're listening to the AID Network.
Hey friends, welcome back to another sample of Freedom Week from the Adventures in Design podcast. Today we have my co-founder of AID, Billy Baumann of Delicious Design League on, talking about how to convert clients into utility clients, converting utility clients into clients on retainer. We all know that getting hired is a great thing. It means we're getting money, we're getting paid to do our passion. But how do you keep that client coming back for more? And how do you grow that relationship? To hear the complete episode, visit our website at aid.network, where you can find the entire collection of Freedom Week, 50 questions from 10 different creatives, all about freelance. Let's get started right now with this sample from the Adventures in Design podcast. Because you've been able to transition from being the only designer and your partner being, the booker and the printmaker, and you've been able to grow now where Jason is administrative, you're the art director, you have lots of designers underneath you. Anybody who's doing freelance right now as a side hustle and they want to get to studio level, how have you been able to pick the clients or focus on the type of work that will allow you to grow beyond the two-man shop?
I think, first of all, it's sort of, you kind of get the work that you get in a lot of ways.
Right.
I wish there was, I've been doing it for 12 years at DDL, and I wish I knew the formula.
Well, I have a little bit of the formula that you guys have done, though.
Yeah.
I'll project this here, and you tell me where I'm wrong.
Yeah.
How you guys have been able to go from 2 guys to, say, 8 now, and a steady cast of freelancers. You don't just do the work that's given to you. Somebody asks you guys for a logo. You just don't do the logo and go, there it is, talk to you later. You guys go, would you like to turn that into some business cards? Or do you need a website? Like, you guys have been good on the upsell.
No, you're absolutely right. And where our bread and butter is, I was just talking about the getting the initial clients.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of out of your control. But
to some degree, I mean, you need to, last year I created this fake alcohol bottle. I even forget what it's called, right? Just made a label, got a bottle, put some fake alcohol in it, did a little photo shoot at my studio, right?
Yeah. Just
to show that we can do that kind of work, and put it in the portfolio, and we just landed a job because of it, right? And I think that is, if I could tell you, if you're a freelancer, if I could tell you anything, I'm sure you're going to hear this every day this week, you got to make the work that you want to get hired to do.
Yeah.
Right? You get dressed for the job you want, right? So you can control it to some degree.
Yeah.
You can sort of put the right kind of bait out there. It's not going to guarantee a fish is going to bite, but you can put the right kind of bait out there.
And not only that, when the fish do go to bite, I think we all get good, and this is something that Nathan and Tallboy both talked about on the show so far this week. And even Derek Castle is there's a way to sort of put your foot down and be like, this person isn't right for me, or this is the type of work that I want to do. Like, in the beginning, you say yes to everything. As time goes on, it gets more finite on what you'll accept and where you see potential for you.
Yeah. When you have an 8-person agency, you kind of still say yes to everything.
True. I could see that.
Because it's like, we'll give it to the junior designer.
We got a spot for it.
We got a spot for it. But back to your original question. Yes. How do you turn in that initial bite? Let's go back to the fishing, right? To a long-term client. That's what everyone should be doing, even if they don't want to have an agency, even if they just want to be freelance. How do you turn a good job, a good project into a steady paycheck? Right?
Yeah.
Well, it goes back to what we originally said, right? You got to be easy to work with. But you also have to be able to think long term with these guys and help them think through their marketing or whatever, right? You have to, if you haven't heard from them in 3 months, you need to send them some shit. You need to say, hey, what up, man? You got any stuff happening for me? Right now, we have a new client that this is happening with. It's the fish. This is so funny. It's for fishing stuff. Fishing
right.
stuff, right?
Right. We're now so it's become a meme, basically, what we're doing right now.
Yeah. So the only thing that we have no control over what the release schedule is or what products they're going to be creating or their marketing schedule or any of that stuff, right? We're not privy to any of that shit. So how do you make that person a regular client when you're really not even involved, which is what we're in the position we're at with this client. We did one-off project for them. They liked it enough and we were fast enough and it was easy enough. And when shit got to the printer in China and something was fucked up, we did it. We made three more rounds of changes for them. And we did it as soon as that thing came over. We bent over backwards for them. We didn't charge them for those 3 changes. And guess what? Now we've worked on 4 more projects for them. And it's not going to stop because we turn it around and we do a good job and we are easy to work with. I mean, that's how you build a long-term client.
Break it down into a percentage.
Yeah.
If you will. What percentage of growing client relationships is upselling and really focusing on being a partner and be like, did you guys think about this? Or, like suggesting to them different ways to use you. And what percentage of it is just doing really good work?
90% really good work.
Okay.
And being easy to work with.
Meeting deadlines.
A lot of people that own their own companies, and you'll attest to this, Mark. How many times have you gotten emails from listeners saying, "Oh, you should do this. You should do this. You should do this with your show."
Yeah.
You shouldn't cuss so much with your show.
Yeah.
Or you should change the release schedule with your show. And what do you do when you hear those? When you get those emails?
I read it. And if there's an ounce of sense in there, I go, oh, that's pretty smart. But most times I go, that wouldn't work, you fucking dumbass. You do a podcast for 3 years and then you think about how smart this is.
Exactly. So that's exactly the position we're in. We might have great ideas for them or what we think might work for our clients, but nobody knows that client's business better than that client.
That's true. That's a good point.
So you can't totally go in there and upset their apple cart. You kind of want to be more of a support system, I think, which has worked better.
How have you been able to transition a one-term project into utility?
Well, like I just told you with our fishing client.
Yeah.
You make sure and kick ass on that first project, right?
Yeah.
You give it all. You are easy to work with. You go above and beyond to make sure you get it right? Because it will pay off in the end. Now, maybe that could be setting up bad expectations with that client. Sure. But I really think that's a chance you have to take. If I'm hiring a freelancer for the first time and they're difficult to work with, I'm not going back to them.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing for us, right?
How do you know when it's okay to switch over to having that client on a retainer?
Okay, Mark, would you rather pay for your whole cell phone bill in January for the whole year?
No.
Or would you rather pay for it monthly?
I'd like to pay for it monthly.
That's how we pitch it to them.
Yeah.
And we're getting ready to do that, right? They're getting us with enough work that what we can do is we can bundle and save. We give them the old bundle and save, right? But what I'm saying is we can market to them. We can pitch to them. Hey, listen, the last 4 months, you've spent $25,000 with us, right? But it's worth it to us to have a little bit less money per project if we can count on it every month from you.
100%. I understand that with the overhead that you have.
Yeah, with the overhead that we have. Exactly. So that's how you transition. You do a handful of really good projects for them and charge them way too much, and they're starting to feel it. Now, and you kind of just start talking about that. You can kind of like, it's like when you're dating a girl, right? No, this is a bad analogy. I'm not gonna go.
He's abandoning it.
You have to seed the conversation a little bit. You can't come right out and say it on your third date.
It's dating.
Will you marry me?
Yeah, I get it. It takes time.
Yeah.
But is this something that you guys propose? Like when you have, so this is your preferred method is to lock down
absolutely
in a utility client situation.
Lock down. Absolutely. That's what we want. If we can get 2 or 3 more utility client stuff, then it's almost like everything else is gravy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. I mean, it takes a lot of the guessing out of life. Thank you for listening. To hear more from Freedom Week, make sure you visit aidpodcast.com to hear all 5 episodes, 10 guests, 50 questions answered about freelance. That and 800 other episodes are available at aidpodcast.com. Thank you for listening.